And I said, well, what do I have that might be a national appeal? And I said, well, let's go with Birthyear collecting, which falls under the general term of topical collecting. And I chose this time, to do my birth year. If this seems a little bit basic, but I'm going to cover some basics, then I'm going to go into doing your birth year. Topical collecting was something I kind of really got my foot into when I was started collecting. I'm going to date myself. This is before Larry was born, and I started getting into patch collecting back in 1976, right before the Jamboree, to build up for going to the Jamboree there in Moraine State Park in Pennsylvania. But I started getting into it, and at that time I was CSP in OA and started collecting council patches. So that's a little bit not really topical, but I was collecting little council rounds like from North Orange and Arrowhead area and a few like that. That time I just crossed over. So I was collecting council camporee patches from around Southern California. But there are several topical collections that you could do. A popular, I know that Mr. Randall Barrett does, is he does eagles. So I figured that's a wood badge collector, wood badge critter collector. You got people who do eagles, foxes. My wife collects foxes, by the way. Buffalo. I collect both eagles and buffalo, one not being an eagle and two a wood badge buffalo. That some people, maybe do dragons, but that's a wood badge critter. Other special years, not just to restrict myself to my birth year or to a particular critter. I also collect 1997 camporee patches and 1999 Weeblo Woods and Weeblo's camporee patches, 2001 Weeblo Woods and camporee patches. Reason why I do that is I chaired those events for my district. So in 97, 99, and 2001, I was chairman of those events. So I have a little side collection of those, which gotten up there in numbers like you wouldn't believe. Even restricting yourself to 1997 camporee patches, I've got over 150 of them now. Camporees, some people collect specific camporees, such as the Willow Creek camporee in Idaho, the West Point event. But you get where I'm going with they collect a specific event that is ongoing year after year. Some people collect space, Star Wars, circus, etc. You go on a theme too. There's a cartoon character, dinosaurs, Catholics. I think somebody did something like a Catholic event a little while ago. You got your popcorn, your you can go BSA theme or space. There's this one doubles an eagle and 90 in camporee. There's a bear for your wood badge guys, but that's also a Coast SX1. But you can see where I'm getting at. It's almost every year in Scotty, you can probably find something related to the theme you want if you don't collect your birth year. So 1963, my birth year, it had a couple of significant events during 1963. There was a NOAC and a World Jamboree. And I've picked up a couple of the NOAC pieces. I think I have the World Jamboree stuff actually in my World Jamboree collection. The World Jamboree in 63 was in Greece. So, there's a couple of events that related to the year of my birth, other than the unfortunate, that was also the year that JFK was assassinated in Dallas. As I look around my neighborhood and stuff in my area, and I picked up patches at garage sales from people who, I should probably specifically say estate sales, antique stores. Be surprised what you pick up at an antique store. eBay, I just punch in the number 1963, and I usually get 2 or 3 pages of items that I can pick and choose from on that one. Traderies, you have dealers who have their big boxes of camporee and etc. patches in their $1 box or $5 or $4 box, whatever. And I found items that I collected specifically for my birth year in those. Logic Council events. Sometimes you will have there's a general store that somebody sets up that will have a box of patches that kids and people can go through and buy. Conclave. I picked my particular conclave last year. I picked up 3 patches just at the conclave that were in baggies that was like minimum bid a buck. NOAC and Jamboree. I've had the NOAC's traderies at the last one I went to in 2018. I picked out 5 out of a box that Roy Moore had on his table. I picked up 5 birth year patches out of those. So it was kind of they turn up everywhere, and it's kind of nice because sometimes you don't have anything to do at these traderies, and somebody have a big box of patches through in it, and I'll just start rifling through it to see if there's anything that meets my interest in them. So I'll start this thing out with patches. I'm just going to show some patches that I have. I'm not going to go into showing everything, but a variety of things that I've picked up over the years, like, Camporee patches. I'm going to go with, you have felts like the 63 dot here, East District Free Camporee, or this Export Freeze Up 1963, to some wovens, which was this Viking Council thing patch down here, Camping Award patch, and twill. I found that woven was a little bit more popular back in the late 50s and 60s, and felts too, than they are nowadays. Here's an example more. This one's woven from New Zealand. I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that one. International Scout Camper has the Peace Arch in it. So this one was from Mount Baker Area Council up there in Blaine, Washington. This one's a Long Beach, California, Thunderbird District for the Naval Station at Long Beach. This one is kind of one of my favorites because it couples not only my birth year in it, but also can be classified as, for those who collect military-themed patches, you got the military theme there with the Naval Station. As I got a little bit along in my collection, I discovered that there's a bunch of neckerchiefs out there, too, that have the that I could fit into my collection nicely for birth year. This one down here is another Naval Air Station one for a conclave. This one was a Lodge Event patch right here from Los Angeles. You got some Philmont theme ones. This is the Camporee one. The one that I did not picture was I have a repro neckerchief from the 63 NOAC. Also, there are slides that can fit into a notebook. These are basically the ones that you fold a neckerchief into. Got one here from Viking, and then this generic 1963 one, and then this one from my council, Pioneer District. There's several Pioneer Districts around, but the reason why I know this one's from my council is I picked it up from the Ed Harris collection. Then I had some oddities that I found that actually can fit into a notebook like I keep right here. I found a 1963 Boys Life banner. I was able to pick that one up. I picked that one up at a traderie, along with this honor unit banner here for Scout Troops had for 1963, which was kind of neat. And actually, this banner helped me place the year that Adventure Roundup patch was issued. Collecting your birth year sometimes gets you able to place dates to other patches that you may have picked up during the years because they're related, like either if it's a national generic issue or something like that you see that the time frame that patch may have been issued if it doesn't have a year on it. So does anybody have any questions?
I didn't hear it at the time, but you showed this woven patch on the right side that had hands on it.
Yes, that one right there.
Yeah. Where do you think that's from?
I think it's from New Zealand, but it could be from England.
It's from Germany.
Okay.
And it was designed by a guy named Hartmut Keiler.
Okay.
Who was the international commissioner of the Protestant Scouts of Germany, and he was he is an architect, and he's one of the great artists, World Scouting artists, and he used to do these every year for the Boy Scouts of Germany.